Uh, Back in the early 50s, there was a young lieutenant who was racing to the airport. He was going to get married, fly back to the States. He was stationed in Hawaii. And as he raced down the road, he totaled his car right in front of a chaplain's home. And the chaplain came running out, checking on him. Um, the guy was fine, but the car, of course, was totally demolished. And he was beside himself because he had to get to the airport. Otherwise, he was going to go get married. And so the chaplain said, well, just take my car. Take my car. The chaplain didn't know him at all. He said, just take my car, go to the airport. You know, I can pick it up. When my wife comes home, we'll work it out. I'll have your car towed. So the guy takes off. This is a true story. The guy takes off and he drives about a block. He totals the chaplain's car. Running down the street, the kid was almost crying, you know, and the chaplain said, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I have insurance. We're okay. We're going to get both cars towed, but we're going to get you to the airport. So we're going to call a taxi. We'll get you to the airport. Don't worry about it. You go on. And I'll make it short, but fast forward 45 years, something like that, 40, 45, maybe more. I was a brand new colonel. I had just been done colonel. I had 2 days as a colonel, second day as a colonel. I was starting a new job as the executive director of the Armed Forces Chaplains Board. I was the guy who relates to all the faith groups and the denominations, and I loved that job, but I was just starting it. So I was trying to find my office. So I finally got to the office, and the secretary says, you've got a call from a 3-star general. Now, in the military, that's big stuff. And so she called him back, and I got on the phone. He says, Chaplain, I need you down here right now in this office. The Assistant Secretary of Defense wants to talk to you immediately. And I thought, Assistant Secretary of Defense? I don't know him. And the guy, the 3-star, said to me, you know, well, why does he want to talk to you? I don't know why. So anyway, I didn't even know how to find his office. The secretary led me through the Pentagon down to the office. And I was ushered in to meet him, and I was immediately impressed. Tall guy, immaculately dressed. And we sat down, and he offered me coffee and stuff. And I'm thinking, what in the world is this about? Then he said to me, Chaplain, when I was a young lieutenant, I was rushing to the airport to go get married. And he told me the story that I just told. And then he said, Chaplain, I'm a Buddhist, and I'm really not very religious at all. But I want you to know that as long as I'm the Assistant Secretary of Defense, the chaplaincy will never lack for anything. He said, I want you to be my point of contact for the Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marine. Anything they need, anything, you let me know, because I owe the Chaplain Corps. Now, who was that chaplain back there in Hawaii that day? I don't know. I don't know his name. I don't know his rank. I know it's a him because we didn't have females back then, but I didn't even know whether he's Army or Navy or Air Force. I don't know. I only know that I owe him, and a lot of other chaplains in the military owe him, because he really made our lives better. And he had the heart of a chaplain. He wasn't looking for anything except to be a helpful person and to be the chaplain for that young lieutenant. And that paid off in big dividends.